Hi, my aunt was the secretary of the Cork Film Festival pretty much since its inception, up till very, very recently. Another beloved aunt, Monica, grew up on the streets of Limerick with Richard Harris. Um, her niece, Grania, was one of the most foremost RT hosts in the 1980s and into the 1990s. One of the most beautiful women, I may add, on Irish television. She was incredibly talented. I myself worked for the film festival, as a volunteer for a few years. Basically, retrieving tickets, bit of crowd control, you know, showing people to their seats, getting a torch, and when people were late, showing them to their seats, looking for lost items and stuff like that. Basically, the lady from the Irish Independent, she was a journo, lost her phone, and I scoured the place and got it for her. Little did she know that I actually was Cillian Murphy's music teacher back in the day. Also, I remember working with the boss. We actually had 15 minutes to clean up the Cork Opera House auditorium before the paying audience entered. So we were scurrying around frenetically, cleaning the place up before showtime. Great experience. Favourite movies myself, probably 2001, Space Odyssey. Love the cinematography, love the costumes, the design, music, obviously, Ligeti. If I could just, Stern's digression, I have an album called Astral Fishing. Similar genre, but Ligeti's atmospheres, magic. Also like Clockwork Orange. And I believe Clockwork Orange was the movie that made Cillian Murphy want to become an actor. After I had taught him, I had nothing to do with this, he was involved, I think, in a production of it, and it enticed him to become an actor. Clockwork Orange, some of the scenes aren't to my taste, but the vast majority is quite excellent. Music, excellent. Walter / Wendy Carlos, absolutely fabulous. Those Beethoven, little melodies and stuff, absolutely amazing. And myself, I've made a few videos. We actually have an album called Astral Fishing Extended Edition, and we have a song in that called Mannerheim. That was our first video. I can remember when Mannerheim got 1,000. I was like, whoa, this is amazing. I have a video called Boulevard, which has gotten 1,000, which is quite amazing. I've got some good videos. There's a video called Two Bass Hit. It's quite good. Got another couple. For Chartreuse, for Call It Comeback, for Supermodel, and I also have an interesting one called Retrocausality. That's quite an interesting video. We were making videos, we're kind of hoping that maybe, Italian TV would come over here and make a series and have me as an actor or whatever. So we were kind of working on a bit of that, trying to never materialise, but a day in Cillian Murphy's studio would upgrade my own videos, quite substantially, which I would be, very grateful for. But in terms of movies and stuff like that, I really, again, as I've got a bit of a background with having my aunt, two aunts actually connected with inextricable links to the movie world, I never ever thought about acting, ever really. starred in a play in Douglas Common when I was 13. Very average stuff. Never thought about it. But again, to have a former student who won an Academy Award, Oscar for Best Actor. I mean, it is quite an amazing thing, actually, to be involved in. Thank you for listening.